Okay, I just want to make one comment on the ferret issue, and that is, we've heard from folks who've been advocating for ferrets since I've been on the commission, at least several times a year, if not more. Made it very clear that as petitioners to change the law, there has to be a CEQA study done. That study has to be done by the proponents. So unless you folks want to, spend the money, and it's not easy and not cheap to do a CEQA study and bring it to us, we really can't do anything. And out of respect for that, we'd ask that since you know that and you've heard that repeatedly, until you're ready to do that, that we not be asked to do something we can't do over and over and over again. Thank you. With that, I think that's the all for public comment, which moves us on to consent item, which is only.
Pat Wright, go ahead, please.
Unmute. Okay, hi, good morning. This is Pat Wright with LegalizeFerrets.org. At the last meeting, you had two people speak up on behalf of ferret legalization, and it was concluded by President Sklar saying that if we wish to keep doing this, we need to agree to fund the CEQA and EIR. Now, we have two obstacles facing us. Number one, we need a lead agency. Mr. Sklar or President Sklar, does that mean that Fish and Game is now willing to be the lead agency? Questions allowed?
We'll go ahead and we'll answer that. We'll respond at the end of it. Go ahead and say what else you'd like to say.
Okay, and the other thing is that one reason that makes it hard to raise money, as we've done this before, we do everything that's asked to us, and then it is ignored. So people, if we ask money for a CEQA or EIR, people are going to say, well, the Fish and Game Commission's not going to process it anyway. So we would like to know, first of all, will they be the lead agency? And if we go through these steps, will they process the EIR or will they ignore it? So those are my questions, and they're very important questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I guess I would turn to either Director Bonham or you'd like to respond to that.
With respect, I think the question was to the commission, but I don't think the department has a current plan to be a lead agency for a CEQA document related to ferret management.
And we don't have
we certainly don't have the resources to create that kind of document. What advocates have been told in the past is if they want the commission to pursue this action, they would need to prepare the CEQA document or have it prepared and present that to the commission.
And we would be the lead agency on it?
You would be the lead agency for the actual action, if you accepted that document.
Okay, there. Thank you. I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Well, I think President Sklar kind of opened a can of worms when he said that ferret proponents need to agree to pay for a CEQA study. We have asked many times before for Fish and Game to be a lead agency, and they have always declined. But for him to say that in order for us to proceed, we need to pay for it, is like, well, what are our choices? But it's easier than it looks as far as doing the CEQA study. Now, we've already started, and we've already actually finished. 2010, we had from Dr. Graining, Sacramento State University, did the full report. It's on the website, LegalizeFerrets.org. Go to key documents, then go to the good, and you'll see a bunch of stuff, including this report. The Fish and Game never really accepted this report, and before they rejected it, they required a CEQA environmental checklist, which is the interesting part. And I have to remember back decades ago, the reason this is so easy is that most of the conditions simply do not apply. So how hard is it to do an environmental impact report? We're not building a freeway through the neighborhood or anything. We're legalizing an animal that's already there, so we don't have to worry about, for instance, well, there's a bunch of stuff here. There's pages of it, but it's almost all of it does not apply. So this thing should sail through. If it weren't political, it would get a negative, what do they call it, negative declaration, meaning that it's ready to go. But because it is political, and it shouldn't be political, it presents a problem. So the question is, do we want to raise the money to do this? And it won't be what he said it was. And secondly, if we do all this, and we've done it before, we spent almost $20,000 and never even got a response. Well, we got some responses, but there's not enough time in this video to reply to it. The system is not fair. We're not treated right, and our rights don't come from the government. They don't come from the Fish and Game Commission. We were born with them. They're innate, and the Fish and Game Commission needs to do its job, and basically the job is not to do anything with ferrets. They are a domestic animal. So please support us. Go to LegalizeFerrets.org, and working together,